Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land? How's the volume on this, Al? Oops, I need to kill the volume on that, don't I? I'm going to have an echo. I gotta get that stopped. There we go. Didn't want to stop. There we go. We got it killed. Cool. Al, how's the volume? The voice volume and the music volume. Waiting to hear from somebody out in the chat room as to how the volume is. Can you hear me? Is the music too loud, too soft? Can you hear my volume on the voice good, or what's going on? Somebody check in with me there in the chat room. There we go. He says, sounds good. Cool. How's the picture? It's a new camera. James Suarez in the house. Good to see you in there. Awesome Wood Things. That's Matt. Good to see you. Al is Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop. Good to have you in there. You like the music? That's Free Music Jukebox, copyright free music. Little Michael Jackson looking. Well, this isn't his fedora. This is a short top hat. Oh, bless your heart, Matt. SWT Sade J. I hope I said that the way you want it. I think it's supposed to be like Sweet Sade or Sweet Sadie J. I hope I come close to pronouncing that the way you wanted it pronounced. Good to have you in there. It says hello from Sadie, so I'm guessing it's Sweet Sadie J. Yeah, I scored me a new camera, so the audio ought to look impeccable on here. It's a Logitech 930E. I'll be working on the green screen. See, green screen sitting behind me back here. I'll be working on trying to set up green screen for OBS in the next few days. Get that going by the end of the week. So we're moving onward and upward. Fireman CV. Well, see, that's his thing. I'm on Hangout still because the fella that was supposed to show me how to work the green screen, he's been missing in action. You wouldn't know who he is, would you? Well, there won't be a light show I ever get that green screen working the way I want it to. Yeah, hopefully the video on this has vastly improved over last week. That old camera was totally outdated and needed to be replaced. You're admitting it. All right. Yeah, we'll get that green screen up and working here in the next few days. The OBS is looking pretty good, I think. So, you know, for me, for not knowing what I'm doing with it, I think I've got it going pretty good. But if I learn how to run that green screen and get the effects and stuff on it that I want, then we'll be cooking. Now that I got a decent camera to use. I'm going to have some new lighting coming in. I know I look a little washed out here under these LEDs, but I've got them dimmed down as much as I can dim them down. They're pointed opposite directions here. Once I get some good lighting in here, it'll be a little bit better. We'll just keep improving on it a little bit at a time. For everybody new here, sub up, sub down, bus up, bus down, Lego up, Lego down, whatever you want to call it. Support each other. make friends, and support each other. I was supposed to have a guest on the show. He said send him a link. I sent him a link. I've heard nothing, so I don't know. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make it drink it. You know how that goes. You can send them the link, but you can't make them come in. Nicole, creative art and beauty, or creative art of beauty in the house. Get that right. Nicole, create art and of beauty. All around and back again is in the house too. I see you up there. Cool. Everybody just come in and make friends, support each other. Let's build our channels. Monarch Garden in the house. Good to see you in there. How's the weather where everybody's at? It has been coming a storm here today. Windstorm with ice and sleet and snow. And here we are past the middle of April. Mother Nature, boy, I tell you what. She needs to learn a thing or two about what spring's supposed to be. Pam Taylor in the house. Good to see you in there. Everybody remember to give a thumbs up on the vid. Matt says rain, nothing but rain over in Pennsylvania. Yeah, a lot of places is just saturated with water. I've got friends telling me over in Ohio their dogs don't even want to go out anymore because all it is standing water in the yard. Oh man, all around back down says that it's snowing, supposed to get 4 inches. It's too late in the year for this. Here, within a month, we should be getting the gardens in the ground here. And it's going to be too cold. Got to get that ground warmed up to about 70 degrees before you can poke the seeds in there. They're not going to germinate. Should be picking strawberries in about a month. That ain't going to happen. I haven't even gone out to look at the grapes and the gooseberries because it's been too cold, I think, for them to even start leafing. Last year they started leafing out, and then we got a late frost, and it ruined my grapes and gooseberry crop. Lots of rain and wind in Philly. You starting your seeds? Well, hopefully it'll warm up when it's time to put them in the ground. I know here in Indiana, we like to start getting our gardens out by about the 2nd week of May and finish it up by Mother's Day, which is mid-May. About right around the 15th, 17th, right in there, you want the garden out. Spring should be moved to a couple weeks, or let's see, how do you word that? Learning that spring should be moved down to a month or 2 later. Yeah, June. I don't know. I get a stinking feeling that what's going to happen is that we're going to go from winter, 30 degrees up to about 80 degrees all in 24 hours. It's just going to skip spring, go right to summertime. There's Walker Outdoors. All right, he says he's going to be in here in a little bit. He's got to feed his face. Carolyn 12 be free. Good to see you in there. Drone Wolf Media's in the house. Junkyard 420, good to see you in there, my friend. Backwoods Billy Beer Reviews is in the house. He says the hops are doing well. Yep, it's too cold to be planting anything outside. The ice storm coming here today. Man, the other day it was 70 degrees here. Yep. I bet bees are really disappointed in this. They don't like it when it's this cold. Nicole says it was 80 degrees, and then Sunday it was 40 degrees. Yep. That's about what we've been going through here, only a little colder. 70 down to 30. Green Bay Wacky in the house. Good to see you in there, my friend. Gangsta. Garden Wolf Media in the house. Good to see everybody joining us this evening. Y'all make friends with each other, support each other, learn about each other's channels. Yeah, Walker Outdoors is going to be up here on the panel with me in a little bit, Wacky, and we're going to talk about his channel a little bit. He's running a little late this evening. He had some medical tests that he had to get out of the way, and so we're waiting on him to feed his face a little bit here and get in the room. JAB's Adventures in the house. Good to see you in there, my friend. Lots of good people, good channels in the house tonight. Good supporters. Everybody liking the music? Will Bush just strolled in. Good to have you in here. Yeah, the bell didn't work. I see that. Yeah, I've had trouble with mine too. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I've turned them on, turned them off. I've unsubbed, subbed back, rung the bell again, and it's hit or miss. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I don't know what the answer is to it. It's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. Kitty Styler's in the house. Good to have you in there. Just hang with us. If you bust everybody, there'll probably be some more strolling in here. Sometimes it takes them a little while to figure out that I'm out here. Everybody share this on your social media so everybody gets, if they're not getting the bell rung, maybe they'll at least get it through social media and know that I'm out here. Yeah, they need to fix the bell. Call the bell repairman. Yeah, there's 18 in here. There'll be a few more, I'm sure, stroll in. Build it and fix it and do it with Jay Wade. Jay Wade is awesome. If you don't know who he is, you need to get over and check out his channel. Tyler Stone's in the house. Good to have you in here, Tyler. I think I got somebody pinging me here. Let's see what's going on. Make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing here. My backseat drivers. Checking on my backseat drivers. Get my screen back up here the way I had it. You guys rock, I'll tell you what. Fireman CB, he's still out there. Well, I'm liking this new camera. I really am. I think this is a vast improvement. I think the microphone works good in it too. I'm just using the mic that's in the camera. There's no extra microphones or anything else fancy here. Just the camera and the laptop.
Baby, won't you let the light shine through for you,
Remember, you can follow me and Green Bay Wacky over on Twitch and on Twitter and on Patreon. I'm also on Instagram. Down in the description of the video, it'll give you the links to the Patreon channel and the Twitch and the Twitter and the Instagram and the Etsy store and all that stuff. If you want to check out any of the other stuff that I do. Oh, Backwoods Bill said the mint is up at his place. Cool. I need to plant the whole front yard and nothing but mint. Get rid of the squirrels. Doggone things. I eat off the tops of all my tulips every year. I can't get any tulips to bloom because as soon as they pop out of the ground, I go out and I spray them and everything, and it doesn't make any difference. Them squirrels eat them. That squirrel repellent spray is their crack. Walker likes the new camera. Cool. And they're pinging me again. Backseat drivers. Oh, what happened to my music? Oh, it's buffering. All right, I think that's under control. Why is my music buffering like that? Oh, there it goes. I think it was switching tracks. And now it's buffering again. Stop that. Let's give it a kickstart and see if that helps it. There we go. It needs a whack. Well, what on earth is going on with that? Okay, I think what I need to do, maybe, let's see. Let's back that sound off a little bit. Al, is that any better? I don't want to overdrive it. Well, bless your heart, Jay Wade. It's me, Brian is in the house. Good to have you in there, my friend. Lily Trucker's in the house. Yeah, we're striving for perfection, that's for sure. Oh. So I'm working all kinds of controls here. Well, what I'm doing now is I'm just lowering the volume on the music a little bit here. Is that good? If you tell me in the chat, I don't have to change screens a million times here. So Diana Johnson's in the house. Good to see you in there, honey. I mean, I guess I could mess with the controls in the control room here, but, you know, I hate to mess with things that I don't know anything about. Actually, the volume on the control room is all the way down. I moved it up just a little bit. Did that make any difference, Al? Transparent Truckers in the house. Good to have you in there. New Jersey's in the house. Well, thank you. You want me to put it lower? All right. We'll put that volume back up a little bit, and then I'll come back and I will lower the music a little bit. How's that? Well, the music just changed over. We'll have to give the music a chance to come back up before we can judge how good or bad that is. Okay, you can hear me now. Can you hear the music? Or do I need to bump it up? Okay, Matt says low music is good. Well, I'm just wondering, you know, how's it sounding to you guys? Okay, he says the music is fine too. All right. All right, cool. We got it leveled out then. Thank you, Lady Dice Lots. Good to have you in there. Herman the Great. Bless your heart. Thank you for coming. Everybody just make friends with each other and go to supporting each other. Let's build our channels. Cool. Al says that I sound loud and clear and the music in the background is good. Cool. That's what I wanted to hear. Because what I hear here in my room might be totally different than what you're hearing out there. So, you know, it's good to get the feedback and know what it sounded like for you. The Cheesehead song? Well, I don't have a Cheesehead song. Mine's the Hoosier song. I'm just a Hoosier from Indiana. Cap 7 in the house. Good to have you in there. Catfish Jones in the house. Wow. Journey to a Healthier Me in the house. Awesome sauce. Good to have everybody in there. We just keep it trying to improve it a little bit at a time. Kind of, you know, taking baby steps. Let's just do one thing. So now we got the camera. Next is going to be the lights. They should be here Wednesday. I'll be adding them, and then I'll be working on the green screen background. In the meantime, Live to Learn Dana in the house. We'll get this thing up and rocking before you know it. Yeah, you never know who's liable to drop in here. So, you know, you get to meet new people and support new channels. Yeah, Dana, Green Bay Wacky's responsible for the Cheesehead song. That's his watermark over there on his channel. I've got a few songs that are over on my other channel. Maybe I need to import some over here or something. Some that I wrote. Oh, Herman, you got here late and you missed it on the howdy, huh? Hey. Most people can't hit that high note at the end. I make the neighbor's dogs howl. Okay, Catfish gonna grab him some dinner and then he'll be back. Cool. Green Bay's posting over on Twitter. Well, where did the music go? He's got big gaps between his songs here on this thing. Makes me wonder what happened to the music. Still running. Goose it a little bit. What on earth's going on with it? Maybe I need to change tracks or something. I've got some other ones up here. Here, let's put another one on. See if this does any better. There we go. I got some good music on there. I just seem to have a problem getting it to play tonight.
Howdy!
Lord. Where did that come from? That's odd because the volume's off on that. My computer's doing all kinds of weird stuff. All right. I don't know what's going on there. We'll get it ironed out eventually. Thanks, Cab. Yeah, everybody, thumbs up. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know where that came from. Yeah, you gotta love technology.
Howdy!
Oh, I see where that's coming from. Oh, that's my country friend there. We'll just put the camera over there and put your face up there. There he is.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, you're freaking me out. I'm wondering, where is that coming from? Oh, everybody wants you to meet my friend Mike Walker from Walker Outdoors.
Hey,
He's
everybody.
in the house. Hey, everybody. So you've been busy hunting today, Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Are you getting ready to do any farming over there in Illinois?
Yep, we are.
Is it acting like spring over there at all?
Not today, no. No.
Not today here either.
No, it's probably like around 40 degrees right now and dropping.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been having ice and snow and sleet and wind, and it's acting like wintertime here.
Yep, here too. Am I reverbing? Do I got too many volumes on?
You sound fine to me.
Okay.
I could probably kill that music just a little bit here. We can take that down just a touch so it's not trying to drown us out.
Yeah.
There, that might help.
How's everybody doing tonight? I can't see the chat because I'm on the Hangouts page.
Well, we have a full house in here tonight. I'll tell you what, there's a whole bunch of folks in here.
I'm going to go see if I can get into the YouTube page where I can see the chat.
All right.
I think I can do that.
You adjust what you need to adjust there. And
oh, yeah, here we go. I'm in the chat now. Oh, somebody says howdy. Hello, Odessa's Woodworking, and I can't remember. Maker Shop, duh.
Yeah, that's Al.
That's a big old long word there.
Love you strolled in. Mr. Splashman's in the house. Catfish Jones back.
How's everybody doing?
Well, they're looking pretty good out there in that chat room, I'll tell you what.
I'm telling you what, you got a house full.
Yeah, boy.
I'm telling you what.
Show up tonight.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't make it last week. I had a job that I did not want to do, but I had to do it.
Well, sometimes we get wrapped up in those kind of things. It happens.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be here on time, but it got dark and I don't drive after dark, so I had to wait on the wife.
Yep. Well, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Things like that happen. But we're glad to have you in there. Now, you say you're getting ready to farm. What all you going to be putting out this year?
Well, I'm going to be putting out food plots for the deer, for one. I'm going to plant some more winter wheat, some more clover, but big old garden. We're going to put out a great big old garden. We've already got most of our plants started in one of those little mini greenhouses. We got our cucumbers up. They're out of the greenhouse. Of course, we covered them in plastic tonight because they're outside. But we've got tomatoes started, peppers, onions, carrots. Let's see, broccoli, some cauliflower, and some heads of lettuce, red lettuce and white iceberg lettuce.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good garden.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'll add to it. I always do. I can't stay away from the plants when I go to Real King or Walmart the occasional time I do.
Well, how are you going to keep the deer out of that garden?
That's why I'm planting the food plot. I'm going to give them sweet corn, soybeans, winter wheat, and clover, and hopefully they'll stay out of the garden. Last year, they ate all my turnips.
Well, now, do they know that they're supposed to stay out of your garden? Do you like put a sign out and tell them?
Well, well, how would you keep them out of your garden, Brenda? When you sling that back door open, they know something's fixed to happen.
Well, generally, what I had to do if I wanted to keep them out is I'd have to fence it.
Well, I would fence it, but I don't mind the rabbits getting in there. We've never had rabbits around here, and we're starting to get rabbits. So if they want to get in there and eat some broccoli or some lettuce or some turnips, that'll be fine with me. But I just want the deer to stay out of it. But couple rounds out of the old 12 gauge up in the air usually runs them out of there for a minute anyway.
Well, that's if you see them.
Yeah. Well, my wife can still see them. I just point up and shoot. But yeah, looking forward to it though. We love to can tomatoes. We're big on canning tomatoes.
Yeah. We never really had much trouble out of deer in the garden. We'd have more trouble with the rabbits. You know, we had a lot of rabbits out there. And
well, see, we've never had them, and I've always wanted the rabbits around here.
Yeah. Actually, varmints were, you know, other than rabbits maybe getting in there and tearing up your lettuce beds and stuff, we didn't really have a whole lot of trouble with anything getting into the garden unless the cows got out. If the cows got out, you know, then you had a lot of trouble in the garden. But, you know.
I got a neighbor that he's got cows, and they did get out last year and get in it. And they decimated the corn.
Yeah, they'll tear up your garden in a heartbeat when they get loose.
Yep. Oh, their hooves alone do enough damage.
Yeah, especially if it's wet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I like them shades you're wearing.
Well, thank you. Thank you. These are my cheap sunglasses. My expensive sunglasses, they don't get anywhere near the craft area.
You must have been listening to ZZ Top before you started this stream. Yeah.
Well, I don't, you know, the expensive sunglasses, they don't get near the paint and the glue, and the only thing that's going to get in here close to that is the cheap sunglasses.
Yeah, I don't blame you one bit.
Just kind of reading here the chat room back with
Billy was in here a while ago. I guess I missed him. Yeah,
he had to scat, but I appreciated him showing up. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, but you can hardly ever catch streams anymore, though. I don't know when he streams.
Well, yeah, he's all over the map. He streamed a while ago, and he was on last night, and he says that he's going to do another one in the middle of the night. So, you know, I'm having trouble because of the bell. I used to at least be able to keep up with him with the bell, but now the bell don't go off. And I can't be sitting staring at the computer 24 hours a day, you know, waiting to see when he's going to go live because he doesn't schedule it ahead of time. So,
well, you know, summertime's here now, and so I'm outside every morning. I'm out here doing something in the yard generally, and oh, it's hard on YouTube.
It's gonna
Our
get
grass
hard.
is probably about 7 inches tall. I don't know how yours is looking in between the freezes.
Well, the grass needs mowed, but I can't get my mower out of the shop. I'm having trouble with John Deere with my mower.
Yeah,
So,
that's
you
why I
know.
buy Husqvarna. I like Husqvarna.
Well, I've always been a deer girl. Ever since 1989, I bought my first deer. This is the fourth one I've owned. This is the first time they've messed me up like this, and I'm really getting angry about it. They picked it up a week ago. I've heard nothing out of them. So tomorrow, we're going to have a little chat about what they need to do about my mower.
Yep, I don't blame you. I'm on my second Husqvarna, and I still got the first one. I use it to mow the ditches, and I use that big one I got for the yard. But yeah, I'm Husqvarna, my chainsaw, everything.
Well, Backwoods Billy's in the house, and he says that their DNR, in its infinite wisdom, placed coyotes here to control foxes and rabbits. And now the coyotes are overpopulated, 24 hours, 7 days a week. No limit on coyotes.
Same thing here. Coyotes are run amok here, and that's why I'm surprised I've got rabbits now. But I think it's because I finally broke down and got an outside dog. And I don't like an outside dog because they chase deer, but they keep the coyotes out of the yard, and they don't seem to mess with the rabbits.
Yeah. When I was on the farm, we started getting coyotes coming in, and we had to declare war on them. They started getting into people's cattle.
Yep. That's when you got to declare war.
Yep. And, you know, there were some people that knew that they was out in their woods and they didn't want the hunters come in on their property to get them. So, you know, we didn't have any choice but to flush them.
Yeah.
When they got out of that wood, there's history. You know, you can't have them in your livestock. That's your livelihood.
Exactly. We had that problem when I was a kid. We had my dad raised some hogs on the side, and it wasn't a lot of money, but, you know, what little bit it brought, he wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Them hogs, you know, they're pretty expensive nowadays. It seems like it, at least at the grocery store.
I generally buy my meat in bulk from the butcher shop.
Yeah.
And don't fool with them at the grocery store because you don't know where that stuff comes from.
Yeah.
At least, you know, the local butcher shop, you know that they're buying the local beef and pork and, you know.
But we don't have no butcher shop here where I live, and not even the big cities that I know of. I mean, we got Paducah over there, Harrisburg, Marion, Carbondale, and I guess I would have to Google it to find out for sure, but I've not known of a butcher shop, and I've been in this area for over 25 years.
Well, now you know what you need to do.
Yeah. Yeah, the blind butcher. That's what we'll call it, the blind butcher.
What?
Oh, I thought those were chops. Those are T-bones? I'm sorry.
You be the manager. You hire the butcher, you be the manager of it. You manage what comes in and what goes out, and they take care
manage the money part, yeah.
That's right. That's exactly right. Beautiful Becky's in the house. We'll acknowledge her coming in the room.
I hope you're watching the chat because I got the live on the Google Hangouts, and I can't get I guess I have to kill the volume here and go over there, I guess, and I could do it that way. I don't know if it'd reverb, but I can't hear you and then watch the chat at the same time unless you know what I'm saying?
Well, are you on your phone?
Right now I'm on Hangouts with the volume going. Should I mute Hangouts and go over to YouTube and hit play on YouTube and let it play over there and watch the chat at the same time?
No, because there is a delay and you'll not keep up with me if you do that.
So I'm going to stay on Hangouts. I'm just bouncing back and forth. I can just not watch you and me for a minute. I'll go down here and then I'll click on YouTube, and now I'm watching the chat again.
What's Up in Pro Wrestling with Mr. Cool is in the house, and we say hey to him.
Tell Vern I said hi.
My World in OKC's in the house, and we say hey to her. She does some good shopping over there. She finds some good deals. There's some great people in the house. If somebody wanted to get some supporters, this would be the place to be tonight.
Yeah, I agree.
Now that I got a camera that's working right, last week I was a little lax on my videos because I like to put out a video every day with my craft.
I like that camera. It's really good.
Yeah, this is nice. And when I get the lighting, it's really going to be improved because this LED is washing me out, making me look like a ghost here. But I get some decent lighting in here, some good fluorescence. It's really going to be improved.
I tried to do a Hangouts on private earlier today before I went to the doctor, or in between doctors, I guess I should say, and use my OBS, and everything worked great except for one problem. The camera doesn't show up. When you try to use OBS on Hangouts, everything worked great. It went straight over there. It was a private live. Well, actually, it didn't turn out to be private. If you go look, it posted it.
Well, did it put your camera in the background?
Yeah, it hid my camera from me.
So
that's what it did.
Yeah, you need to pull the camera
up to the top. Yep. But yeah. I couldn't believe that. I was like, so now we can do OBS on Hangouts.
Okay, they're asking me about my camera. My camera is a Logitech 930E. It comes in a plain brown box every place you look for it.
Logitech makes good stuff. Everybody gives them a hard time, but you know, my mouse and I have a USB keyboard I can carry around and not use the laptop keyboard. They really work great.
We'll get this up here where you can see it. It's a C930E webcam.
Yep, it has a really good picture too.
And the microphone in it is great because it kills ambient noise in the background. So, you know, if you're in an environment where you got kids playing in the background and stuff, you know, it'll drown out all of that.
Where you got your music playing from? Your phone or the computer or what?
Right here on the computer.
See, I've not tried that yet. I play mine on the phone separate.
Yeah, mine's right here on the computer. That's what I have. It's a computer and a camera. You know, we're not talking a whole lot of fancy bells and whistles here. I don't have a fancy phone. I've just got, where is that thing?
We still got a house full here.
I have an old-fashioned flip phone.
Beam me up, Scotty.
A grandma phone.
You're going to have to upgrade and come up to at least the 20th century.
I'm going to have to do something about the phone, but it ain't going to happen till fall because I just bought this.
I don't blame you. Phones are high.
Yeah.
Verizon wants I gave $799 for one of mine and about $1,100 for the other one. And you do it on payments. They say, oh, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, $35 a month with your bill. Well, then they don't give you enough data and your data runs over and they charge you $15 for every gigabyte you go over. So then you up your data and the next thing you know, your dang phone bill's so high with the phone payment added on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, I'll own it in 2 years. Hell, I'll have it destroyed in 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Technology.
But yeah, I won't go with Verizon or AT&T or any of that. I've already done that years ago and they were too expensive then. And I won't do that. I'm on TrackPhone. And so what I'll do is TrackPhone has smartphones too. So I'll just get one from them and stay on the pay-as-you-go plan because I'm not going to use it constant.
Yeah, well, the good thing about TrackPhone is they use Verizon towers, and we've been on Sprint, we've been on AT&T, we tried Cricket, we've tried them all. Verizon has the best service, so if you're on TrackPhone or Straight Talk, you're using a Verizon tower.
Yeah, I barely ever use this phone as it is, so it's ridiculous to pay a big price for a phone that just sits around and collects dust all the time.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you something, Brenda, when you get a smartphone, you'll be surprised how many notifications you'll be dealing with on your phone. You'll never open that laptop. You'll be like, I'll sit right here and drink my coffee and watch the news and I'll get it all done and lean back in the easy chair because it is really nice.
Well, I lean back in the easy chair with the laptop. It's a laptop. It's portable. You can take it with you.
Yeah, I know.
The only reason...
But you can hold your coffee in one hand and the phone in the other when you're on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the only reason that I fool with the smartphone would be for Instagram. But I can see, it would have some benefits once in a while when the cable goes out and I need to check the mail or, watch a video or whatever it is that I need to do.
Or like right now, if somebody invites you to a Hangouts, you ain't got to go mess with getting the laptop out. You can just turn your phone on and like I am right now, and I'm on the phone with you right now.
Yeah.
That'll
Well,
be
I
handy.
don't have to worry about getting the laptop out. It's always out.
Yeah. If you're like me, it's
With
sitting
me
just
wherever
right.
I go. Primarily, I mean, if I'm just making a trip upstairs to get some craft supplies or something, it'll stay downstairs. But you know, if I'm in the office, it goes with me. It's in my lap in there. If I'm in here in the studio, it's here on the desk. If I go out to the kitchen to cook, I generally take it out there with me. You know,
That's
so
like my doctor. Anywhere you see her, she'll be walking around. She's got her Dell laptop. She carries it room to room, sees each patient, types everything in while she's there. I'm like, whatever happened to an old clipboard and writing on that and let the nurses take care of it? And she's like, I'll handle it myself. That way it gets done.
yeah, it gets done right. It gets done the way
Yeah, I
you
mean,
want it.
I left that room. My prescription was already over at the drugstore and everything, and we didn't tell nobody nothing, just me and her, you know.
Yep. There you go. That's the way to do her.
Yep.
That's the way to do her.
Who we got in the chat? I'm watching you right now. I got to get back over there.
Let's see. Nicole saying, "Oh my gosh, that would be awesome." She's talking to Junkyard 420, so he's giving her some information there on one of his videos. Cool. They're just in there chatting each other up. That's cool.
That's a good thing.
Yep.
Long as we're not running people off, we're good.
Well, we still got 21 people watching it, so we must not be too terrible boring.
No, we're not too boring.
Well, you know, you're like me. Spring's going to be coming, and time is going to be at a minimum for us to be hanging on YouTube. You know, over the winter time, we're kind of housebound, so we get to spend a lot of time on the internet.
I know. That's what I'm worried about. What's everybody going to do? They're going to up and leave because I didn't get to them as quick as I needed to, because I'm like you. I try to get to them real quick and then, you know, go do my day. That ain't going to happen when summer rolls around.
That's right. That's right. And now, what do you plan to do with your channel? Are you going to be live streaming more or less? Are you going to get on a schedule that, you know, you was doing it on Saturdays, but I mean, that's probably going to change. What kind of plans do you have for your channel?
To hell in a handbasket, like I was telling you the other night. No. I'm going to get back. I'm going to show my gardening, and I'm going to do my food plots, because all my deer hunting buddies are ready for seeing some food plot videos. And yeah, I probably will get back in a schedule, but I don't know if it's going to be a Saturday morning, because Saturday mornings are prime time for me to get out and work in the yard and like do the yard work, the stuff that has to be done. Nobody wants to see anybody mowing or weed eating or roundupping. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll say hey to Raven. Raven's out there, Raven Rain Brooks. Good to have you in there.
I'll probably shoot for like a noontime live stream once a week somewhere.
Okay.
I don't want to step on nobody's toes, though. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you know, no matter when you are going to stream, there's going to be somebody on your you are stepping on your toe, because you know what I recommend. And now everybody's going to do their own thing and do something.
Hey, there's the Land of Landon in there.
Yeah, we'll say hey to him. Good to see you in there.
Hello, Chris or Leslie or both of you.
But what I always recommend to people is get yourself on a schedule. That way people know when to look for you. They know.
Well,
Brenda,
I post oddball anyway. I might post one video this week and 7 next week, or none, you know.
Brenda's going to be on live 8 o'clock on Monday night. Everybody knows that. Yep. I mean, unless the cable's gone out, the lightning struck it like I did a couple weeks ago or something, you know, Brenda is going to be on when she's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
But other than that, I put out a video every day, and, you know, that's catch as catch can. Whenever you have time, you just go and look at the video. You know, you don't have to catch it as soon as it comes up, but sometime during the day, if you get an opportunity, pull up the video and take a look at it, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment on it, you know. And that, I think that schedule kind of works out well. If you're going to do it 3 times a week, then do it 3 times a week. I do live streams.
Not me. Oh my God. 1 is enough for me.
Well, I stream 3 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. So it's like clockwork. They know when I'm going to be there. That's what time she's going to be there. And if they're available, then they can come in there and chat with me while I'm doing my crafting over on Twitch. So that's what I recommend. If not scheduled, people know when to look for you. If it's catch as catch can, then that's the kind of audience that you're going to have, just people that happen to be there when you happen to go live.
Yeah, it's like that one I tried earlier today. I didn't even know it was going to go live, and apparently it took it a while to upload. The one where the camera didn't work, and it posted, and it had like 50 views in no time. Sorry I missed you, and it's all people that never come to my live stream. So it's got me rethinking when I want to do my live stream. You know what I mean?
Right. That's right. Yeah, you want to be on when you can get the most people.
Well, I just hate to go, like, there's certain times of the day, like at 5 o'clock, I don't know what your computer does or your phone, but mine goes droid, 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 and every one of those is a live stream at like 5, 5:15, 5:20, 5:30, and it just keeps doing that until about 8 o'clock, and then finally everybody's got it out of their system, and then it'll start happening again around 9 o'clock, and you know what I mean.
Well, I don't have notifications on my phone because I don't have internet on my phone. My phone is just for talking text. That's it.
Well, you will have when you upgrade, though.
Well, I'll probably turn notifications off on the phone because I ain't going to have it talking back to me.
Well, the only thing I don't like, well, it's kind of a double deal. Like, I have my Gmail on my phone and I have YouTube notifications on my phone. Well, for some reason, Google thinks you have to have every notification that comes through YouTube through an email. So I have so many emails, and you can't go in there and just like empty trash or check all. You have to go through every single one and click it with your thumb and delete it. There's like 10 months worth in there. I can't even ever get rid of them all. So don't connect your Gmail on your phone if you do get one. Do not. Or if you do, like you said, turn the YouTube notifications off and do not ever use it, and just use the Gmail ones, and then try to keep up with those because there's going to be a million in there.
Yeah. We got somebody.
I don't like to go to people's live streams, but when you're doing stuff, you know, you're doing stuff every day. You're washing the dishes, you're mowing the yard, you're feeding the animals, you're doing something, and you get 10 live streams in 5 minutes. You can't go to all those live streams. I mean, as much as you love those people, you can't run to it.
We got a new one in the room called Green Guy.
Green Guy? I think I'm already bussed to that guy. I know the Green Guy.
Well, I've never met Green Guy, but I'll say hey to you. Good to have you in there in the chat.
Hello, Green Guy.
There's a lot of good people in that chat. If you need supporters on your channel,
they are.
Place to be tonight. Good to have everybody in there.
Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop says he knows what I mean.
Yep. Yep, he works a full-time job, and then he does all of his woodworking and crafting and gaming and stuff on the side, and he's running YouTube and Twitch. He is a busy man. His name is Al.
Yeah, I've been in a live stream where you guys were up there together a couple weeks ago. He was on there with you, wasn't he?
Yeah, that was on Simply Wooden Creations. We do that show on Saturday night.
Yep.
On that panel.
Is it on my picture or is it on me?
It's on your thumbnail.
Okay. All right. I was just checking because I'm watching the chat and I didn't know what was showing.
Yeah, and I'm just letting it bounce back and forth. You know, whoever's talking is up on the screen.
That's fine. Surely they don't mind looking at my thumbnail. But yeah, it's summertime. You got yard work too, don't you? Apparently, you got a John Deere.
Well, I've got a small yard. Moved here, and I had a bigger lot to mow when I bought it. And then once my life just did a flip-flop, and I ended up in town on a little bitty lot. So it's way more mower than I need.
Yeah, but I'd rather have too much mower. You know what I mean?
Well, if I get it back and it's running right, I'm probably going to sell it and get me something a little smaller because it's hard to get that thing around in this little bitty yard. I do more turning than I do anything else with it. So if I
get you a rear engine rider.
Yeah, you know, get something a little more conducive to mowing this little lot with.
Yeah, probably a 30-inch or a 32-inch single blade rear engine rider, be like an old snapper, but they make them new now, though.
Yeah, it's a 52 inch. So
Oh yeah, yeah. If you're on a lot, yeah, you need about a 30 or a 32 where you can go around the house without having to back up.
mm-hmm. You know, I'm always backing up and turning around, and you know, this way, that way, and another way, and it's a mess. And it's too wide to go in some of the little spots that I've got, because I've got gardening in my backyard where I've got those 100-gallon fabric pots.
Yeah.
And they line the backyard, so that takes up a lot of room there. And the spot in the middle of them, then I either have to just let it grow, or I have to go get my push mower out and push mow it. So,
well, I'm trying something new on the gardening this year. It's actually a YouTube video I watched, and it worked really well for a guy. I've always grown my potatoes in the ground, haven't you? You got to dig a really deep trench and have the soil really soft, and then mound it up, and then you dig the potatoes out of the mound, you know?
No.
Yeah, well, now you put them in a tote, those big black round watering or feed trough totes that you get for horses or cows. Fill that full of potting soil, plant your potatoes in there, and then dump them at the end of the year.
100-gallon fabric pot. It's a great big fabric pot. Yeah, it's a great big fabric pot, and you fill it up with dirt. I just fill it full of potting soil type dirt, and add whatever fertilizer stuff that I'm going to add to it. Stick my potatoes down in it. It's good loose soil. Your potatoes grow like gangbusters in that. You can keep adding a little soil if you want to. I generally don't. I just fill it up with dirt. And then once it's all filled up with dirt, I put my potatoes way down in it, and, you know, they just grow up.
Well, this was the same premise. It was just those big round things like you get at Tractor Supply. They probably 30-gallon, and you just fill it up with soil. You can either drill holes and put gravel in the bottom, or drill smaller holes. I figured I'd drill bigger ones. And just fill it up with dirt, plant your potatoes, and then at the end of the year, you just dump it out, and there's all your potatoes right there.
What I did was I have some sheep tanks out here that I brought with me from the farm. And they're low to the ground, you know, so sheep can drink out of them.
Yep.
And what I did is I just took a jigsaw and cut the bottoms out.
Oh, that ain't a bad idea either. Then just lift them up.
Just cut the bottoms out of them, and then I set 4 bricks, you know, one on each side and one on each end. And then I just fill the whole thing up with dirt. And that way you can get your fingers under the edges of it when you want to tip it up. Yep.
And then you're just digging through that for the potatoes.
Yep.
Yep. That's a good idea too. That way I ain't even got to worry about drainage. I may just cut the bottoms out of these things.
Yep. That's the best way to do it. They drain way better that way if they don't have no bottom in them. And you can even lay, you know, a little layer of gravel or something down on the ground. When you put your bricks down, and then set it on top of the bricks, and good drainage underneath there.
Yeah, and no potatoes are going to grow below that.
That's right. And I found that was the best way to do it if you're using fabric sacks, or if you're using stock tanks.
Huh.
But I don't like gardening in the ground because of my arthritis. You know, it's hard for me to get up and down and crawling around on the ground trying to take care of stuff like that. If it's in the fabric pots, it's raised way up off the ground. I could just take my folding chair out there right beside the fabric pot and sit there for however long I want to. I don't have to bend and stoop and, you know, hurt my knees and ankles and my back or anything. You know, I can just sit there right beside it and pick my vegetables. You know, I sit out there. I put the chair kind of right between 2 of those big old fabric pots. And I can work on one side a while and then work on the other side a while. And then I move down, you know, picking my green beans or working on my tomatoes or whatever I'm doing.
Yeah. Yep. I know exactly what you're saying.
You know, and they last a long time. People have asked me, well, won't those things rot? Well, eventually they will.
Eventually they will.
Yeah, this is the 3rd year and they're still going strong. They're not showing any signs of deterioration. So
they last a while.
Yeah, they're probably going at least 10 years. And, well, by that time, I'm probably going to be, you know, too old and decrepit to mess with it anyway.
You're crazy.
So for what time I'm going to be doing it, that's fine by me. But, you know, if you want something that's going to last a little bit longer, then you put a little more money into it and go buy some of them stock tanks like you're talking about, or these sheep tanks like I've got, and put them out and put dirt in them. And You know, just go buy you a big old trailer load of potting soil, get it on sale. They generally about mid-May have big sales on that stuff. You just go and get your big load of it. Or
looks like we still got a house full out there.
Yeah, they're still hanging in. We're still right there at 21.
So, Landon saying he's talking to somebody there, I guess.
He's going to dinner.
Going to dinner? What's he going to eat?
The dinner bell would be a ringing for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cold out here tonight.
Will Bush says a lot of people complain phones are too much. It says, although the companies, through the companies, yes, but online or Craigslist has deals that won't break your wallet. Well, that's true. If you know what you're doing, you can probably get them that way pretty cheap. Somebody that's what do I want to say, upgrading to a different phone or changing companies or.
But you're going to want a contract, and you're going to do some kind of a deal with a company. You're wanting to stick with the company you're dealing with, right?
Well, I want to stay with TracFone. I like TracFone, and like I say, I don't see me using the phone that much for the internet.
I see what he's saying too, though. You can get a phone cheap online, a good phone, but then you got to go to your company and ask them to send you a SIM card that fits that phone. And I have ran into an issue where they're like, "Oh, we don't offer it for that phone." Like, I like Motorola phones. I love them. That's all I use. You can't go to Sprint and get a Motorola phone anymore. They don't use them anymore.
Linear W's in the house will say, "Hey, good to have you in there." Yeah, you have to make sure that the phone is going to work with the company that you want. Yeah. Some phones are locked and some are unlocked.
Unlocked, yep.
So you have to know a little bit about what you're doing, or you're going to get stuck with something you paid for that you're not going to be able to use. Then you're going to be trying to sell it.
Yeah. I would go back to Sprint right now because their prices are better. But in my area, you have to get a call box receiver, I think is what they call it. Plugs into your internet, and it gives you like an extra antenna. Because I have a Verizon tower, well, I can see it from my house. So as soon as they put that up, I started paying roaming to Sprint. That's why I was like, okay, we're done. We're going to Verizon.
Yeah, I've got a signal booster someplace that I had out at the farm.
Yeah, that's it, a signal booster. That's it, a signal booster.
Yeah, you can buy signal boosters. What's the name of that company I got it from? I think it's called Signals or something like that. You can look them up on Google for signal boosters for your phones, and that's what I used.
That great though with Sprint, it really wasn't.
Well, when I was out on the farm, that was about the only way you was going to get any kind of a decent signal out there. When you're out in the middle of no place, not close to any towers or anything. And I was in the middle of nowhere out there. I think we got another new one there in the house. Thomas Bedark. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct for you. Good to have you in there.
Here, chat. I want to go back to the chat for a minute, Brenda.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me just go over here. Thomas Bedenrack. I cannot pronounce that.
Bednark. That's how I'm pronouncing it. Bednark. Good to have you in there.
Welcome, welcome.
Pam says that she is just starting her craft channel. She does several kinds. Do you think I have to specialize in one craft on my channel? Honey, if you watch my videos, I am all over the map doing my stuff. Lord have mercy. There's hardly any crafts that I don't do.
Yes, anything you can do it.
I did a big project the last couple of weeks where I've been working with veneer wood and making pictures out of veneer wood. And then yesterday I made a dream catcher. You never know what I'm liable to do next. I do paper craft. I do sculpting, weaving, knitting, crochet, sewing. Gosh, what all else do I do? Paint, draw. I make cards. There's no limit to what I do. Multimedia, mixed media. I make soap. I carve. I engrave. I do wood burning. No, do everything. Do everything. Show people how to be creative. That's what I'm doing.
Yep. I mean, like, if you want to know how to do something, where do you go? You go to YouTube.
That's
so
right.
if you've got a video out there that can teach somebody how to do it, do it.
Yep.
I want to know how to do it. I'll come over there and watch it. I'll be like, oh my God, she does this. I haven't seen Brenda G do that. Let me go over there because Brenda ain't taught me yet.
That's right. But her neighbors in the house will say hey to her.
I might put brakes on the back of this car this week for my wife. I'll just teach everybody how to do that. I will. I'll do it.
Show people how to do it.
I will. Every time I work on this turd, I bring the camera out.
I'm going to be taking my GoPro out to the garden when I start gardening out there, you know, show people how I do my gardening. And I'm probably going to get a million people saying I'm doing it wrong. But, hey, I've been doing it wrong for, oh, shoot, over 50 years. So
you and me both.
If doing it wrong is working for me, I don't want to do it right.
Exactly. There's always somebody that does it different. I mean, there's two ways to skin a cat's what my dad always said.
Well, and you never know, you know, somebody that don't know how to do it and they're looking, they're saying, hey, you know, that's a pretty cool way to do it. I'll give that a shot. And then, you know, they might look at another video that somebody does it a different way. Yeah, that don't work for them, or maybe the other way works and mine don't, you know, whatever.
Well,
but
like I always told my dad, I said, my way might work just as good as your way works. Who knows? You never let me try.
But, you know, doing these, let me reach over here and grab this. I just finished this yesterday. I'm going to show this to anybody that hasn't seen it. This is veneer wood. And it is a quilt pattern that I made.
I saw you start that. It's looking really good now.
And there it is, all resined and ready to hang on the wall. But it's a quilt pattern that I did. And a lot of people had never thought about doing a quilt pattern out of wood that you could hang on the wall, you know, because it's permanent that way. It's not going to fall apart. It's not going to wear out, you know.
Show us that again. Show us that again.
It preserves the pattern. And that's all little squares and triangles of wood.
Okay, I got a question for you now. Okay, you go to Lowe's and you buy that really fancy backsplash that goes behind your countertop up to your bottom cabinets, right?
You talking about tile?
Yeah. What if you had like 6 or 8 or 10 or 12 of those, however many you needed, and cut them to fit, and then you got your own backsplash that's sealed from water and would last forever.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You do that with tile. You need a tile cutter in order to do it.
I mean, you could do it with that right there. I could do it with that right there.
Yeah. Well, this is wood.
Yeah, but it's sealed, right?
Well, the front of it is. The front of it's resin, but the back of it.
Okay, so let's just take that little hook off the back, and I'll use some mastic, and I'll stick that to the wall, and then I'll put a different print right beside it, or another one just like it, and go all the way around my backsplash. I've got my own custom backsplash that Brenda G built.
You can do that and grout it. You need 4x4 pieces of wood. This is a 12x12, but you just cut 4x4s out of your wood. And this
I can do it with 12x12s. You can buy them in a 12x12 now.
You know, if you had that big of an area to cover, I'm just thinking for a backsplash over the top of your sink, it's usually just 4x4 inch tiles.
I would go all the way to my bottom cabinets though, which is like almost 2 of those. It's like 18 inches. It'd be 1.5 of those.
Yep.
So the half you cut off, you could use on the next one. It would be your other half. So you know what I'm saying? 3 would make 2 and go up and then move over. You know what I'm saying? Because now you go to Lowe's, you can buy a 12x12, and that'll make 1 round around behind the sink and the stove, and then you need another half all the way around. Those right there would look awesome.
Yeah.
How much you going to sell those for?
Well, I haven't even decided yet. You know, I've just got this one done. I made the other one last week. That was
I need a box of about 12.
It's painstaking work, let me tell you.
I'm sure it is. I've seen the video.
The smaller the pieces, the more work is into it because
Yep.
it's intricate. And
Yes, but the more intricate the work,
it has a wood grain to it. So
yes.
as you cut it, it has a tendency to chip. And every time you chip one, well, that ain't going to work, you know.
No. I've been there.
There's a lot of painstaking work in there. I mean, look at all them little squares in that.
But if I had 12 of those, that would be my backsplash right now behind my kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Go all the way around and behind the stove.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And you could
I like how it looks like. It looks like glass. If
you had plain cupboard doors that don't have routing, you know, and all that etching and stuff on them, and they're wood, you could take them off and you could veneer the doors.
Oh, yeah. Yes. That'd look good, too.
Yeah, that'd be cool. So, you know, sky's the limit. There's all kinds of things that you can do with it.
As soon as I saw it, though, I thought, man, that would be awesome backsplash all the way around the kitchen wall.
Yeah.
But it'd take a few of them.
Yep. Yeah, it would be a labor of love. It's not something that you knock out in a day, you know, because that with life going on, it took me all week to get that done.
Well, that's a pretty big piece, too.
Yeah. Well, it's 12 by 12. So, you know, I would do like a section of it, and then I'd have to weight it down to keep it from curling.
I saw you doing it.
And then I put another piece on, and then weight it down and to keep it from curling and let that dry, and then add some more. So it took all week to get it done. And I had people give me other ideas, you know, and say, well, why don't you just put glue on the whole board and do it all at once? Well, you can't, because each piece has to be individually fit in there, because you can't just, this is not something that you can mass produce.
Is that bar top clear coat, or is that just polyurethane? Resin. It's the bar top stuff, like you would put in a bar top. Yeah, the good stuff. Yeah, that's why it looks like glass. Yeah, and then I've used, let's see, 4 ounces. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's shiny as can be. 2 coats of it. Yeah, it looks just like glass, and it's just smooth as it can be. But good job. That's ice resin, and I did that on both of them, you know, so they match up and they look real nice together. But the one was a little easier design because the pieces were a little bit bigger, so it went a little bit quicker. But I wanted to do one and show everybody what it looked like if you got a little more intricate with the designs. Are your fingers sore? No, it really didn't bother me too much doing that, because I didn't cut all the pieces all at once. That's what would make my hands sore, you know, with the arthritis, is if I tried to cut all of it at once. But I just cut a little bit, you know, and then work on it a little bit, and then cut a little more. And so I didn't wear myself out with that. But, you know, it does take time, because of you having to let things dry. And it's like a puzzle. You know, if you like doing puzzles, you'll enjoy that, because you know, you have to fit that one in. Well, that one doesn't fit too good. Let's try another piece here. Let's see if that one fits a little bit better. And okay, that one fits a little bit better, but I still have to trim just a little bit off of that. And, you know, so you just keep playing with it until you get each piece to fit in there. I don't know if they're just ignoring us, or if 21 people just got lost here. Well, we're down to 13. I don't know. Maybe they don't. Oh, okay. Mine still shows 21. Lord have mercy. We must be boring them. Bo says she's going to take her cabinet doors off and make her husband help her put the veneer on them. But yeah, you pick out your pattern, and you just figure out what kind of design you want to lay on there and how you're going to do it. And then you go get your ice resin. You know, you get you some rubber gloves. You're going to want to wear rubber gloves when you work with that ice resin, because you don't want to get that on your hands. Talk about sticky mess. Yeah. You know, and then you get wood glue. I glued that all down with wood glue. Go get a great big old bottle of Elmer's wood glue. And then I would, if the cupboard doors are painted, I would sand them down and strip them and just work with bare wood, and then put your pattern down on there, glue it all down, weight it down, so that
it don't curl, because veneer will curl when it gets that glue on it. And weight it down real good, and as soon as it's all dry, then I take just a little bit of triple lock steel wool and just sand it real light to take off any glue that came up through the pattern of it. And once you get it all cleaned and dusted off real good, then you can pour the resin on. And I put 2 coats. So you have to let it dry at least 12 hours between coats. Breaking the Shell is out there. Good to see you in there. Exploring with CF's in the room. Good to have you out there.
Howdy, howdy.
We're getting the second shift in.
The second shift is coming through.
For anybody that's not familiar, I have...
Sorry about that.
He's opening up doors and setting off bells and whistles.
I'm sorry.
For anybody that's not familiar, I have Mike from Walker Outdoors in the house. He's up here on the panel with me. We're talking about a little farming and a little gardening and trying to get ready for spring if it ever shows up.
Yeah, every time I think it's here, it just runs away.
Well, with Easter being so early, you know, I always expect to see some springtime when we get Easter. And I guess I am seeing it a little bit. My daffodils are all up and bloomed out in the yard, but it's snowing.
Well, we had my dogwood bloomed out, and then we had snow the next day, and all the blooms knocked off. Last year, it didn't come back, but this year, it actually bloomed back again. All the blooms are on the dogwood again. But then we got a freeze advisory for in the morning.
Well, my magnolias last year was ruined by the late frost that we had. I'm hoping that they make it this year. I got a white one and a pink one, and they're real pretty when they bloom out, but when it frosts on them, it just ruins the blooms. They look muddy and nasty.
Yep. Yeah, I love my flowers, my trees. I love growing stuff. I do enjoy that. I love my garden, my food plotting.
CF says that their temperatures, there's 30 degrees below normal today, and I believe it because we've been going through that right here. We was up to 70 degrees the other day, and now here we are back down in the 30s with snow, and it's going to be in the 20s tonight. I'm sitting here with a heater on underneath the desk right now, or I'd be freezing to death in here. This room's like a barn. I don't heat my whole house. And, you know, this is a big old Victorian house. I heat 3 rooms of the house. This room is one of them that doesn't get heated. So when I'm in here doing my shows and working on videos and stuff, I have to run a space heater in here. And if it wasn't for that heater, I'd be frozen to death.
I'll say that gets expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. The first year I lived here, I tried heating the whole house, and the first month I got a bill that was about $400. I started turning off the heat. I said, well, rooms that I'm hardly ever in don't need any heat in them. You know, we'll run enough heat back in the rooms that have pipes to keep pipes from freezing, and rooms where the animals and I are, you know, we'll run heat in there, but we don't need to have heat in every room of the house.
No.
For just one person. You know, if a family was living here, that'd be different, but, you know, it's just me.
Yep. I would do the same thing, I believe.
So we got Marty Stempelkowski. I think I got that right. In the house. Good to have you in there. I try to recognize everybody as they come in the room. I don't think I've missed anybody tonight. Just kind of reading up here to see if there's anything that needs my attention, but it looks like everything's running nice and smooth. My wrenches are taking care of everything there in the room good for me.
Nope, looks good.
Yep, don't forget to smash that like button. Smash it! Share it around on your social media so that everybody can take a look at this even after we go off, you know, and see that we've had a lot of good supporters in the room. They're wanting to build their YouTube channels. This would be a good place to be. Every Monday night at 8 o'clock.
Yep, every Monday night. I got to get me a time picked out.
Yeah, makes me happy. Crafts brought up a good point. She says that she's with me on all the crafting, but trying to get all the tools. Well, see, there's still tools that I'd like to have, but I spent many, many years collecting tools. Even when I was working and didn't have time to craft, I'd take a little bit of my paycheck and I'd go and buy things for my craft room so that I would have things when I retired. That's been my goal for many, many years. I've always said that when I retired, I wanted to do my crafting full time. I've always loved to do creative things and lots of creative things. I've always been interested in anything that creates something of beauty. And so I would just go and collect different tools. I can't even tell you how many looms I have. I love to weave. I've got all kinds of looms, and not the beater kinds, you know, not the great big room looms. These are peg type looms, and I'm going to be doing a series of videos on them before long. This week, I plan to do a series of videos for Shelly Cole over at Know What Mom Knows on the sawdust stove that she come up with, where you make the sawdust in the glue, and it's sort of a veneer type product that you come up with out of that. And I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of videos on how to make things with that. So that's going to be on the menu for this week's videos. But yeah, I've collected all kinds of paintbrushes and all kinds of art pens and all kinds of sculpting tools. And I do have a fair share of hand tools and a few saws, but nothing major. You know, I've got a jigsaw and I've got a drill and, you know, just basic. I've got the Dremel. I've got an engraver. The engraver was an expense because that is an air tool. But things like that I have saved up for. So any of you younger ones, you know, that's what I would advise you to do. Take a little bit of your money every week or every month, you know, whenever you get paid, and put it aside to get your tools and stuff with. Even if you don't buy them right then, you know, put that money back and say, this is my craft money. This is the money that when I get ready to do my crafting full time, this is the money that I'm going to use for crafting. Now that I'm retired and I'm on fixed income, any money that I bring in from my crafts that I sell on Etsy or at craft shows or whatever, I take that money and I use that to buy more craft supplies and stuff with. And I'm saving up right now. There's 3 major pieces of equipment that I'd really like to have. So I'm saving up, and hopefully eventually I'll be able to get those. But, you know, nothing just falls in your lap unless you happen to have a money tree in the backyard. So, you know, you got to save up for these things.
Yeah, that's right. And another thing they can do is put those crafts on eBay. You can sell their crafts and make money that way. Yeah,
eBay is a good avenue. And Etsy is a real good avenue. I'm using Etsy. I used to use eBay, but more for collector type items and household things, you know, that I just wanted to sell and go ahead and move on eBay. But for my artwork and stuff, I use Etsy for that. But everybody's different, you know. There's all kinds of avenues out there, and there's craft sites and everything that you can sell stuff on the site. A lot of different places that you can go. Well, we're rolling up here on about 9:30 Eastern time. It's 9:24 right now, so I think we're going to shut it down in about 6 minutes. So everybody make sure that you bust up, bust down, make friends, go over when you. I probably should have said this at the beginning of the show, and I didn't because I was trying to get all my levels right on my audio and everything. But I would recommend when you go over and you sub to somebody's channel, you pull up a video, you click the like button, you leave them a comment on there that, hey, I'm busting you off of Brenda G's channel. I'm here to support you. I hope that you'll check out my channel, and let's be friends. You know, that kind of a comment to make friends with people, for goodness sakes.
Exactly.
And that way they know you've been there. Leave their video play, even if it's in the background while you're listening to us jaw over here. And, you know, that's how you're going to make friends and gain supporters on your side.
Yeah, and it's really important that they do that because, like, you you know, as well as I do, you get more views than you get comments. And the people that didn't comment, you don't know they were there to go over and check them out.
And if you are set to private on your subs,
put it on public.
They're not going to get a notification that you sub to them. All right, so they're not going to know that you're subbed unless you leave your thumbprint on there and let them know that, hey, I subbed your channel. I'm hesitant to use the word sub when I'm leaving comments because I know YouTube has problems with that.
Yeah, they'll flag it.
Comments in the spam folder and everything else. So, you know, I usually just say, I'm here to support you. Or if you know that they have subbed to your channel, then go over and leave them a comment. Say, thank you for supporting my channel. I'm here to support you now.
Exactly.
So that they know that you've been there. They know that you recognize that they subbed your channel. So that's what I recommend. If they don't, if you're subbing somebody and they have no idea that you subbed. Now that happens to me a lot because I'll see, you know, my subs go up, say they go up by 8, and I'm only getting notifications in my email that 4 people sub me, and I've got the comments from those 4 people on my videos. Then I don't know who the other 4 people were, so I have no way of tracing them to be able to go back and say, well, okay, I see that you subbed my channel. If it's not coming through an email because they're set to private or whatever, I can't do anything about it. So, you know, I wondered how many people there are out there floating around that's wondering, why doesn't anybody ever sub me back? And you got your sub set to private and nobody knows because you're not even telling people that you've subbed them. You know, just a thought. Be sure you leave comments on the videos.
I don't know what happened to my sound, but I've lost it.
You lost your sound. Well, our music...
I can see you talking, but I cannot hear you.
You can't hear me? Well, you may have to back out.
I think it was me. I got a phone call, and right after the phone call, no sound. I'm messing with it right now, though. Let's go in here.
If you can't hear me, there's no reason for me to talk to him, is there? Matt said he sent you a message on Facebook, Al. Well, they do, but is all that really tells somebody is that you know how to do emojis. I've had people leave me emoji comments, and I'm like, okay, what are these hieroglyphics? You know, I don't understand. Did you not like the video? Do you like the video? Are you trying to get my attention? Did Timmy fall down the well and we need to send Lassie for help? What does this emoji mean? maybe using words would work a little bit better than emojis. I'm, you know, just saying.
If you guys can hear me, good night to everyone. I can't hear anything, but I can see Brenda. I'm waving, Brenda. Hang on. Hang on, Brenda. I'll wave at you. Can you see me?
I can see you.
All right. I can't hear. Everybody have a good night. Love y'all. Have a great evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Poor Mike. He lost his audio. Got a phone call. People should be more respectful than to make phone calls to folks that's on a panel on YouTube. Just saying. Oh, mercy. Well, we're at the bewitching hour. It's 9:30 here, so I think I'm going to say goodnight to y'all, but I thank every one of you for coming. This was just awesome. And Fireman CB, he's putting hieroglyphics in my chat room. I think he's saying to hit that like button. Yeah, I can read backward. At least it wasn't an emoji thing. Oh, mercy. Well, hey, I'm on Twitch Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time. I'm here on YouTube, 8 o'clock Monday nights. here on Eastern time. So I hope to see all of you back next week. Tell your friends, bring everybody with you. You know, let's pack the house. Let's rock this joint. And with all that being said, there's only one thing left to say, and that's Brenda's crabby. Be like Brenda. Good night, everybody.